Welcome to the Rustic Planters. Today, we're diving into the world of microclimates and how you can harness them to keep your garden blooming and producing all season long. Whether you're working with a small balcony or a sprawling backyard, these strategies can completely transform your gardening success. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to our channel, hit the like button if you enjoy garden inspiration, and drop a comment below sharing what you're currently growing. We love connecting with fellow garden enthusiasts and hearing about your own rustic planting adventures. This video is packed with practical, creative, and rustic-friendly techniques to help you manage sunlight, soil, and temperature conditions in your favor. By the end, you'll see how microclimate management can be the key to continuous blooms and harvest year-round. A microclimate is essentially a small area within your garden that has its own unique set of growing conditions. Factors like sunlight exposure, wind protection, soil moisture, and surrounding structures all play a role in creating these variations. You may have noticed that certain parts of your yard warm up faster in spring, while others stay cooler and damp longer into the season. That's your first clue that you have microclimates to work with. Understanding them is the first step toward better planning. Instead of fighting against nature, we can embrace these variations. By placing the right plants in the right spots, you can extend growing seasons, reduce stress on plants, and achieve a lush, productive garden year after year. Sunlight is the biggest factor in any microclimate. South-facing walls, fences, and patios often absorb and reflect heat, creating a warmer pocket that's perfect for tender plants or early starts in spring. On the other hand, shaded nooks beneath trees or behind tall structures can keep cool-loving plants thriving even in the peak of summer heat. By mapping out your sunny and shady spots, you can maximize your garden's diversity. Think of your garden like a living puzzle. Each plant has its preferred conditions, and your job is to place them in the microclimate that suits them best. That's how you create a thriving balance. Some areas in your garden naturally hold on to heat, creating what's often called a heat trap. These spots are fantastic for crops that need extra warmth, such as tomatoes, peppers, or eggplants. Materials like brick, stone, or even gravel pathways absorb daytime heat and slowly release it into the evening. This creates a gentle temperature buffer that extends growing potential in cooler climates. By strategically placing plants near these heat-holding elements, you're effectively giving them a micro boost in temperature that can make the difference between struggling and thriving. Cool zones are just as important as heat traps. These are the areas where shade dominates or where moisture lingers longer, making them ideal for leafy greens and herbs like lettuce, cilantro, or parsley. In hotter regions, cool zones act as sanctuaries for plants that otherwise would bolt too quickly into heat. By learning where your garden naturally stays cooler, you can grow crops that might otherwise be difficult. These spaces also offer relief for gardeners themselves. A rustic bench in a shady microclimate creates a perfect resting spot while still enjoying the greenery around. Wind can dry out soil, damage plants, and even stunt growth if left unmanaged. That's why creating sheltered microclimates using hedges, fences, or trellises can be a game changer. Rustic solutions like woven willow fences or strategically placed shrubs not only block wind, but also add charm to your garden's design. They double as both practical and decorative features. By softening the harsh effects of wind, you'll create gentler environments where more delicate plants can flourish. Think of it as wrapping your plants in a cozy blanket of protection. Moisture plays a crucial role in defining microclimates. Low-lying areas in your garden may collect more water, making them ideal for water-loving plants such as irises or certain types of mint. Meanwhile, areas with sandy soil or slopes might dry out quickly, creating microclimates that require drought-tolerant species like lavender or rosemary. By mapping and managing these zones, you'll avoid overwatering or underwatering while making each plant feel right at home in its preferred environment. Raised beds are an excellent way to create controlled microclimates within your garden. They warm up faster in spring, drain well, and allow you to amend soil easily. This means you can extend the growing season and provide crops with exactly the conditions they need, regardless of your natural soil. Rustic wooden or stone-raised beds also blend beautifully with traditional garden designs, giving you both function and aesthetic appeal. Rocks and stones are more than just decorative. They act as thermal masses, storing heat during the day and radiating it out at night. This creates microclimates that support more sensitive plants. You can line garden beds with stones, build rockeries, or simply scatter rocks strategically among crops that need a little extra warmth. Not only will this boost plant health, but it also adds rustic character and textural contrast to your overall garden design. Pergolas, trellises, and arbors aren't just beautiful, they influence microclimates. They provide shade, regulate airflow, and create sheltered areas where plants can thrive. By training climbing plants like grapes or wisteria on these structures, you're essentially designing living microclimate zones for both plants and people. These rustic features encourage biodiversity while offering charm and functionality, turning your garden into a layered ecosystem. Mulch plays a silent but powerful role in microclimate creation. It insulates soil, moderates temperature, and locks in precious moisture. Organic mulches like straw, bark, or compost break down over time, enriching the soil while continuing to stabilize conditions for your plants. This simple step can transform the consistency of your garden's microclimates, keeping everything thriving with less effort. Microclimate management is not static, it shifts with the seasons. What works in spring may need tweaking come summer or fall. Seasonal adjustments like adding shade cloths, rotating crops, or repositioning container plants help maintain balance year-round. This flexibility ensures that your blooms and harvests continue without interruption, no matter what the weather brings. Companion planting is another way to create microclimates within your garden beds. Tall crops like corn can provide shade for tender herbs, while aromatic plants repel pests. By grouping plants strategically, you're creating little protective zones where each plant supports the other's growth. This method has been used in rustic farming traditions for centuries, proving its timeless value in maintaining harmony in the garden. Ponds, fountains, and even small bird baths can influence the microclimate around them by raising humidity and moderating temperature. Moisture-loving plants thrive in these pockets, while the sound and presence of water add tranquility to your rustic garden. These features also attract pollinators and beneficial wildlife, enhancing the overall ecosystem of your space. Containers allow ultimate microclimate flexibility. You can move them into sun, shade, or shelter depending on the plant's needs. This mobility makes it easy to test out different spots in your garden and adjust as the seasons change. Rustic clay pots, wooden planters, or even repurposed vintage finds give character to your garden while serving a functional role. Vertical gardening helps create shaded microclimates beneath climbing plants. This layering adds both beauty and utility to your garden design. By growing vertically, you also save space while making room for cooler, protected areas below. Rustic trellises, ladders, or pallet walls can be transformed into living walls that both decorate and protect your space. Birds, bees, and butterflies all play a role in shaping microclimates by pollinating plants and managing pests. Encouraging them with feeders, birdhouses, and nectar-rich flowers supports both biodiversity and a healthier garden. Their presence creates a dynamic balance, making your rustic garden feel alive and self-sustaining. With microclimate strategies, you can extend both blooms and harvests well beyond the average growing window. Cold frames, cloches, and row covers create mini greenhouses that protect plants during early frosts or late chills. These rustic tools give you the chance to enjoy fresh produce and flowers for longer than you ever thought possible. The beauty of microclimate design is that it doesn't have to look industrial or artificial. Rustic materials and natural elements can be both functional and decorative. Stone walls, wooden fencing, and vintage planters all influence the environment while creating a timeless aesthetic. Your garden becomes a place of harmony, where beauty, tradition, and productivity work hand in hand. Thank you so much for joining us here at the Rustic Planters. We hope these microclimate strategies inspire you to see your garden in a new light and experiment with new ways to nurture blooms and harvest continuously. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe, give us a like, and leave a comment sharing which microclimate ideas you're excited to try in your own space. Your support means the world to us, and it helps us bring more rustic garden wisdom right to your screens. Until next time, happy planting, and may your garden always thrive.